asked, how long did it take for you to build a strong sister bond between each other? I recall you used to fight as children, and it looks like you guys are the best of friends.
Aw, ain't that sweet.
Ain't that a POV?
I would say and maybe we've touched on this before, but I would say we probably started to build a closer bond when you left.
When I left.
When we weren't living in the same house anymore, when Cristine left for university and I was still at high school, so I was still at home, and I would come visit you for the weekend or whatever because you were in Ottawa. And I think that's when we kind of started to get closer.
I think that makes sense because when you're forced to live with someone, you will inevitably, get annoyed by them, resent them for little things because you don't have a choice. Like, we didn't have a choice but to live together growing up. But once I had a choice when I was 17 to move away to university, maybe you missed me. After
I wouldn't
left,
take
just
it
a
that
little.
far.
But, like, it makes sense because then it's in your control to decide to continue the relationship rather than, like, you literally have to share a bathroom. You have no choice. And as a result, you might end up resenting each other.
And I think also, you start going through similar experiences as you get older. So it's someone else to kind of talk to about that's there for you.
Yeah, like you weren't going to ask our parents about how do I decide what to take in university or what is my first class going to be like because they didn't even go to university. And also if they had, it would have been like decades ago. You asked me because I literally was just there. So it made sense once we got older. And I think just maturity in general, regardless of the proximity of like your relationship to that person, as you get older, you just get more mature where you're in a position where like you feel good about, hey, let me just ask this person for advice. And I think when you're a teenager, there's this weird resistance to asking like your sister for advice because it's like she knows better for me than I do, right? Like I think that's just literally an immaturity thing that people do for the most part grow out of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're the best of friends. Amy asked, do you ever wish you had a brother?
I always did.
Instead of me or in addition to me?
Well, I plead the fifth.
We live in Canada.
It's true. I'm not. Well, you still don't have to say anything. It's just not called pleading the fifth. I always did wish I had a brother. I always wanted an older brother. I don't know why. I think it's just that like story that they're supposed to protect you, and I don't know.
You don't need a brother or
kind
a
of
man.
Be someone to look up to. But yeah, I realized I really didn't need one. I guess had fantasized about it a little bit
when you were younger.
Yeah.
I guess I never really thought about it.
And also because I think I was probably the child that maybe did more of the traditional, boy type sports. So I was like, oh, well, it would be nice to do these things with a brother, right?
What are you saying? I was bad at sports?
No, I just think I probably did. I did more than you do.
Yeah.
Right? Or that you did.
I mean, like, we went through phases, though. Because there was a phase where I was obsessed with, like, race cars and riding my bike and was very much a tomboy. But
That's true, actually.
Then we both did dance.
And we were both obsessed, or you were especially obsessed with, like, wrestling.
Yeah, when I was younger.
Yeah.
I just think it's, like, phases you go through as a kid.
Yeah.
But then we both did dance recitals for several years together. Where we were wearing traditionally girly. Now that I'm thinking back, like, I cringe a little thinking back to the costumes that I was wearing as a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Interesting how things have changed. And had I had a brother at that time, like an older brother, I wonder what his opinion would have been of.
And that's it, too. It would have been another person to influence you, right, into maybe doing other things, which would have been cool to try, but or not dress up in our little dance costumes, because, yes, I definitely have some cringeworthy photos.
Oh, my God. I would totally paint my brother's nails, though, if I had a brother.
Yeah, well, why not? You've painted our dad's nails.
I painted everyone's nails. Are you a family member? Then I will paint your nails.
Yeah.
All right, next question from Sincerely Jennifer. Is that you?
No.
Who moved away from home first, and was it easy being away from your sis? Do you even recall? LOL.
I do recall because you're older. So you moved away first. You went to Ottawa, I guess, when you were 17, right?
Yeah.
So
you were left Actually, this is an interesting question because when I left, I had like 8 million things going on that were new and I was overly stimulated. But you were in the same house and all of a sudden I just wasn't there and you didn't have any siblings. So what was that like?
It was fantastic.
You didn't have to share a bathroom all of a sudden? Did you move into my room?
No, I didn't. I kept my own room. I don't know, because I was also, when you... I guess I would have been in grade 10, right?
Yeah.
So I was also at the point where I started to have to think about grade 11 and 12. And at that point, you kind of have to start thinking about subjects that you might want to study in university, where you want to go in university. So, I mean, I had things going on too. And also, I worked part-time throughout high school and I had friends. So
you were really busy.
I kept busy, I guess. And... But obviously, I guess we missed each other since I came to visit you and stuff.
I wasn't there to drive you to school.
Yeah, but...
I drove you to school in grade 12.
Right.
So what did you do?
I had to take the bus.
You had to take the bus after I wasn't there.
Which is fine. And then eventually, when my friends started driving, I would get a ride. And then when I started driving... Actually, back to a question. One hand-me-down I did get was your car.
Oh, yeah.
It was like it was a hand-me-down from our grandmother.
Yeah. So I got a 1995 Subaru Legacy. I think the year was 2006 when I got that car. It was a 10-year-old car, so that would make sense. So I got a hand-me-down from our grandmother.
Yeah.
I drove that for a couple years in high school and first or second year university. And then when you were old enough to drive 3 years later, it became your car.
Yeah. So that's...
I forgot about
biggest
that.
hand-me-down.
How can we forget about the car?
I know, I totally forgot.
Sometimes you forget the most obvious things.
I was thinking of only clothes, I guess.
Yeah.
But so I did take the Subaru.
I mean, to be fair, that was a hand-me-down for both of us.
Yeah.
Neither of us got a choice. It's not like I picked out a brand new car and you had to deal with whatever my choice was.
No.
But I did get the rims painted blue, so you had to deal with that.
Yeah, candy chrome blue. And the mirrors.
And the mirror caps.
Yeah.
So stylish, so cool. Yeah.